Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back for another video with the Terminator. In exactly 11 days, Black Matter will be releasing Update 10 of Hell Let Loose. One of, if not the biggest update we've ever had for the game. I did a few videos around when it was announced, talking about whether it will make or break the game, or if it's leaving early access too soon, but since then we've learned a lot about Update 10. So in this video, I want to talk about what we know about the update so far, what the devs have shared with us since the announcement, and why big changes are coming to Hell Let Loose. And mark my words, big changes are coming. Let's get started. There is no doubt in my mind that Update 10 has been in the works since before the announcement. The armor rework, the addition of Stalingrad and Kursk, the new weapons, vehicles, the bug fixes and optimizations, even to older maps, the incoming console support, it's all been gearing up to a big bang launch that will appeal to a wide audience and rake in money to continue more support for the game. I'm not gonna lie, when the announcement was made, I thought it was a mistake. There are still so many areas that need work. The meta isn't in a great place, for example. Things like hit registration is still not there in some places, and worst of all, some maps are just still incredibly unbalanced. Things that the community have all fed back on to the devs for a long time now. Putting all that aside though, what we know about U10 since the announcement so far gives me a lot of hope. It tells me Hell Let Loose is heading towards a more realistic direction and slightly away from the more arcadey elements of the game, most notably with the armor rework. But I've also heard great things about the Eastern Front, about how FPS issues are still common, but nowhere near as bad as, say, when Quarantine launched, and about how the maps are actually quite well done. There are a few things like these that give me hope, so let's dive right into them. Since U10 was announced, we've had 8 player test environments, guys. That is huge. I don't ever remember an update having this many PTEs before, and I remember when I first made that video about whether U10 will make or break the game, I specifically said, why not do a PTE every week? Yes, there will be loads of duplicate bug reports, but not everyone will be playing the PTEs, and over time, less and less people will be playing. So you'd still be getting a decent amount of information, actionable information and data about the state of the update. And they've done it. We've had loads of PTEs, which is a fantastic thing. You cannot deny that. They really want to get these maps right. They really want to fix any issues that players pick up on, and they're adding, taking away, fixing things every week to get players to test. That is a hell of a lot of commitment and hard work when you think about it. The PTEs have also alternated between the Eastern Front maps and the new SMDM overhaul, and I have to say, having personally played a few of them, I think they're really good. SMDM with a new map orientation, the placement of strongholds, the actual town being on the map now, the addition of new buildings, elevated terrain, everything just looks and feels really good. I mean, part of me is always going to miss the old SMDM map with those massively open fields and excellent tank gameplay opportunities, as I miss the old Hurtgen as well, but this is 100% a step in the right direction for this map. Kursk and Stalingrad as well are very interesting new styles of maps. There's a fantastic mix of very open terrain and trench systems and buildings that make for different play styles. You can easily be a sniper somewhere, for example, picking infantry off from a distance, or a tank acting out the biggest mechanized battles of the Second World War, infantry fighting in the trench system. There's great variation, and coupled with the beautiful landscapes, they really make for great playing maps. But arguably, the biggest change coming to Hell Let Loose, as I mentioned, is the new armor rework. Armor in Hell Let Loose has been all over the place. I don't need to tell you that. Whether you're a regular tanker or even an infantryman, you'll be frustrated with the constant heavy tank spams, the broken tanking mechanics, the many dozens of bugs that come with trying to be an effective tanker, and the incredibly overpowered AT role when it comes to destroying vehicles. What's so great about this armor overhaul is that it's not just about fixing those issues that the community has been complaining about for so long. The devs have obviously been making a lot of effort into making tank engagements realistic. It takes a bit more time, for example, to switch seats, which means it'll be more difficult to one-man a tank. Sorry, one-man tankers, but your tank style is just not realistic in a game that at least partially has the ambition of being realistic. This will lead to more two-man and three-man tanking, which will mean more communication, more coordination, more realism, guys, which this game desperately needs. Tank movement is also a lot slower. No longer will you be able to steamroll past a tiger with your Sherman and two-shot its back. Not possible. Tank engagements will be a lot more about tactical placement, ambushing, and coordinated pushes with infantry, which is what they were really like in World War II. We're getting the hitbox overhaul we need, addition of different components that can be hit and disabled, new ricochet locations, bug fixes. So much is going into this overhaul that actually looks good and makes sense, but this won't just affect tank gameplay, guys. This will absolutely change how infantry play as well. What this update will absolutely force is tanks and infantry working together, something that has been sorely missing from Hell Let Loose. With tanks more vulnerable in some areas, they will need infantry support to really make them as effective as possible. Take the anti-tank role, for example. Apart from the fact that you can't reload while running anymore, which is interesting, 90% of the time you will guaranteed need more than one AT guy to try and take out a tank, which is brilliant. It means ATs won't just be running around like headless chickens doing their own thing. They will truly need to be coordinated and focused on taking tanks out. A Sherman, for example, having a hard time taking out a Tiger won't be able to just call on a friendly tank to help take it out. It would take ages for the friendly tank to get there, which means it will be so much more convenient and effective to call on local squads to send their ATs to hunt the Tiger down while the Sherman keeps them busy. Or take the engineer role. Aside from the growing importance of mine placement, the engineer will be pivotal to get a repair station up nearby or try to repair the tank themselves, get any of those broken components back up and running. Even squad leaders will be more important in this regard. Their ability to use binoculars to help a friendly tank spot enemy tanks or AT gun locations will make the tank even more effective on the battlefield. And there's so much more as well, guys. New sound effects, new visual effects, changes to tank meta as well, resulting in heavy tanks being more scarce on the battlefield. All very exciting things. The armor rework will affect how everyone plays the game and means big changes are coming to Hell Let Loose in every way. And that's it for today, guys. The point of this video here was to say yes without mentioning some of the things that people don't quite agree with. Flashing spawns. What we know about the work going into U10 will have a major impact on how the game is played for every kind of player. And personally, I think it's going to make gameplay even more realistic, require more communication, and just overall make the game more fun to play, which is what the devs set out to do as part of their vision. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, today. If you did, be sure to give it a like and drop any thoughts or questions in the comments section below. What do you think of U10 so far? We're 11 days away and the hype is getting pretty real now. Lots riding on this one, so fingers crossed it will play as good as it looks. Definitely subscribe to the channel, guys, for more Hell Let Loose content, gameplay, and news just like this. I'll be ramping videos back up when U10 launches, including a U10 stream, so stay tuned. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.